Report to the Grand Galactic Council. Priority level, unprecedented. Filed by Chief Observer Xan'dar of the Sentient Species Monitoring Division. Subject: the Mother Incident and its implications for galactic stability. Oh boy, where do I even start with this mess? Look, members of the Council, I know you're all waiting for my official report on what exactly happened in Sectors 7 through 9 last week, but I want to preface this by saying none of us, and I mean none of us, were prepared for what a human maternal figure is capable of when properly motivated. The Emergency Council chamber is absolute chaos right now. Ambassador Klix is stress-molting again, dropping those iridescent feathers all over the place. Supreme Commander Blix Axe keeps muttering, but she was just one human, into his 6th cup of Jovian coffee. And don't even get me started on the Velaxian representative. He's been hiding under the conference table since the words "Angry Earth Mom" were first mentioned. But I digress. You want to know how one Sarah Thompson, age 42, resident of suburban Cleveland, Ohio, Earth, managed to accidentally conquer 3 star systems while looking for her missing kid? Well, buckle up, buttercups, because this is going to be a wild ride. It all started with a routine field trip. Tommy Thompson, age 12, was visiting the New Horizons space station with his 7th grade class. Pretty standard stuff. You know, the usual, let's show the human children how their solar system fits into the greater galactic community tour. Everything was going fine until Tommy wandered off during the lunch break. Now, this is where things should have been simple. Station security should have found him within minutes. Instead, some genius bureaucrat, who, I might add, is now requesting permanent reassignment to the Outer Rim, decided to cite interjurisdictional paperwork requirements when Sarah Thompson demanded to know where her son was. The security chief actually told her, and I'm quoting the surveillance footage here, "Please fill out Form X477B in triplicate, submit it to the Department of Minor Bipedal Investigations, wait for processing, which should only take 3 to 5 business cycles, and..." He didn't get to finish that sentence because Sarah Thompson, wearing what humans call mom jeans and a "Live Laugh Love" t-shirt, had already commandeered the nearest maintenance vessel. The security chief's last recorded words before fainting were, But that ship doesn't even have weapons." Oh, how wrong he was. Have you ever seen someone use a standard-issue Space Minivan's cup holder as an improvised missile launcher? No? Well, now we have footage of exactly that. The woman managed to turn what was essentially a space-worthy soccer mom vehicle into something that made hardened pirates wet themselves and surrender. Her first stop was the Velaxian system. Now we all know about Don Kraxos, the notorious crime lord of the Velaxian underground. Apparently he didn't know about Earth mothers and their infamous mom voice. The surveillance footage from his compound is, well, let's just say it's both hilarious and terrifying. Sarah Thompson walked into his heavily fortified base, carrying what appeared to be a wooden spoon. Later analysis confirmed it was indeed just a regular kitchen implement, marched up to his throne and used what humans call the look. You know, the one that apparently all human mothers can do? Yeah, that one. Don Kraxos, the same crime lord who once faced down a draconian death squad without blinking, crumbled faster than a cookie in a black hole. He not only gave up all his information about recent child trafficking in the sector, none of which thankfully involved Tommy, but also promised to go legitimate and call his own mother more often. The woman accidentally overthrew the corrupt planetary governor of Velex Prime simply because he was being unhelpful and rude. The locals started calling her the Liberator. She seemed mildly annoyed by this, mostly because it was slowing down her search for Tommy. Then came the Pyrox belt incident. Three separate pirate fleets surrendered after she got on their general comm channel and said, "Don't make me come over there." The flagship captains literally lined up to apologize and promise they'd do better in the future. But the real kicker came when she stumbled onto the whole corporate conspiracy. Remember that massive, supposedly untouchable mega-corporation, Stellar Holdings United Technologies? The one that even the council couldn't touch because of their army of lawyers? Well, Sarah Thompson walked into their headquarters on Proxima 3 with a spatula. Yes, she'd lost the wooden spoon somewhere in the Velaxian system, and her mom voice. And within 6 hours, the entire board of directors was sitting in a corner, writing lengthy apologies and promising to think about what they'd done. Turns out, they had been behind Tommy's disappearance. Not as a kidnapping, mind you. No, they'd been testing a new youth engagement marketing strategy and had set up an unauthorized gaming center in a classified section of the station. Tommy, along with several other kids, had simply followed the promise of free premium gaming content. We found him, perfectly fine, teaching alien children something called Fortnite dances and complaining that his mum was being so embarrassing by causing an interstellar incident. The real problem we face now is that 3-star systems are refusing to return to their previous forms of government. They've jointly filed a petition requesting Sarah Thompson's permanent appointment as their Supreme Guardian, a title they created specifically for her. Their argument, and I quote, "We have never felt safer or more appropriately chastised about our life choices." Sarah Thompson's response to all of this: she grounded Tommy for wandering off, told the star systems they need to learn to solve their own problems, and asked for directions to the nearest space Starbucks, because she couldn't even deal with any more of this nonsense without coffee. And that, members of the council, is how one slightly pissed-off human mother accidentally conquered 3-star systems while looking for her kid. In light of these events, I am formally recommending the immediate ratification of Galactic Law 7-77, commonly known as the Don't Mess with Human Moms Clause. I would also strongly suggest we create an emergency response protocol for any future incidents involving human maternal figures. Perhaps something involving preemptive surrender and complimentary coffee vouchers. Attached to this report is a requisition form for my transfer to a nice, quiet desk job, preferably somewhere very far from Earth and its terrifying maternal figures. Respectfully submitted, Chief Observer Xan'dar, PS. The Council might want to know that Sarah Thompson has started a social media group called Space Mums United. Membership is already in the millions. I'm just saying we might want to keep an eye on that. PPS. She's also suggested a monthly galactic bake sale to raise funds for better space station security. Several warlords have already volunteered to help with organization. I'm not sure whether to be impressed or terrified. End report. Classified addendum. The wooden spoon has been recovered and placed in a maximum security vault. We're still not entirely sure how she managed to use it to hijack a battlecruiser, but we're not taking any chances.